Survive college. My first piece of advice is something that all students struggle with on a day-to-day basis. Should I focus on getting good grades, or should I focus on getting internships or jobs? My advice is that in your first 2 years of college, your freshman and sophomore year, focus on getting the best grades as possible. Because if you don't get good grades, it doesn't matter if you have like 5 internships or jobs, because without good grades you can't graduate from college. Worry about internships and jobs in your sophomore and junior year at college, because that is the time when you'll be done with most of your classes and you can focus on getting as much experience as possible through internships that will help you to prepare for the future. My second piece of advice would be, the library is a great place to study at most public universities, especially at San Diego State. The weekend tends to be less busy than the weekday. The reason why I say that is because a lot of students go to classes during the weekday, like a Monday and Tuesday class. So the library is going to be packed on a weekday, Monday through Thursday. But on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, the library is not as packed. So my second advice would be that if you want to get more work done, you want to study for an exam, you want to work on a project or write an essay, do it over the weekend rather than the weekday. I know students do not want to go to school on a Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, but if you want some peace and quiet and get as much concentration as possible to work on on your classes, then I recommend coming to the library on a weekend. My third piece of advice would be clubs and organizations on campus. Now, clubs that relates to networking. It's important to try to participate in many clubs and organizations as possible so you can network with media professionals. Let's say, for example, you want to be a radio announcer for Jack FM radio. Then join a radio broadcasting club on campus, such as KCR College Radio or any other radio broadcasting organization from your university. Join a radio broadcasting organization will help you to get a broadcasting job, like being a radio announcer at Jack FM Radio, for example. So organizations to network with media professionals is important. My third piece of advice would be, don't focus your whole entire college life on getting good grades. Go out and, in a way, have a life. It's not all about getting good grades. It's also about having fun as well. Because when you graduate from a college, when you look back, you don't want to say to yourself, I only focused on the grades, I really didn't participate in organizations, I didn't make any new friends. That's nowhere to go. I say it's just as important to having fun is just as important as getting good grades. So make new friends, have some fun, and have a blast. My fourth piece of advice would be, always have a goal or a dream in mind. I know that sounds kind of cliche and obvious, but if you don't have a goal or a dream after you graduate, then what's the point of going to school? So in order to help you study and keep up that passion that you have for whatever major you want to pursue, like journalism, always have a dream or a goal in mind, so that you have something worth studying for. My fifth piece of advice would be, what do I have to offer to you guys? I got one. Your college parties are great, but you don't want that to distract you from your schoolwork. What I mean specifically about college parties is alcohol. I'm sure, and I'm not encouraging students to drink alcohol, but every now and then students like to blow some steam by drinking some alcohol and dancing with other people at college parties. Occasionally, it's okay to go to a college party. But don't go to a college party every weekend because you're going to get a hangover and you're going to get sick. You know, go to a college party maybe once, maybe 2 times every month, so that you won't seem really restless and you can focus most of your time, you know, hanging out with friends, doing regular stuff like maybe eating a yogurt at Yogurtland or studying for an exam. But my fifth advice is basically don't go to too many college parties because you'll feel sick the next day, of course, and you'll have absolutely no idea where you are. For instance, your friends say, I don't know, to drink maybe a couple shots of water, and when you drink a lot of water, you end up stranded at Poway Lake, and when you wake up, a cell phone rings and they say, hey, guess where you are? You're at the lake, and eventually they ditch you. So pretty much don't go to too many college parties. In summary, don't worry about internships or jobs until your junior and senior year at your college, your freshman and sophomore, your first 2 years at college. Just focus on your grades. Don't go to too many parties. Occasionally do so, but spend time with your friends and concentrate on your schoolwork. The library is a great place to study. It's not as busy on the weekends, so go to the library on a weekend if you want more time to study. I hope my advice has been helpful to future college students. I wish you all good luck, and